Welcome to this two-part series on customizing WordPress login screen. What you see here is two WordPress login screens. One has the absolute default right out of the box, the style, design, and text and logo and everything. And the other one is fully customized where the background, the logo, the text, whole bunch of parts have been disappeared by CSS. Even the button text changed. And not only that, in the default one, let's say if you click on the WordPress logo, it ends up at wordpress.org. But here, if we click on this logo, it ends up in the home page. So that means the URL has been changed at the back end. It doesn't stop there. Here, the register will take you here, and this one, not only that, the text has been changed, but also if you click here, you're going to end up in a different custom page. And the last but not least, if you click on lost password here, it ends up in a password reset page. If you click here, it does end up in a password reset page, but some stuff has been changed. This text has been removed and this label has been renamed. So that being said, let's go see how it was done. Okay, so we are at the project backend code, and this is the first part of the two-part series. So in this part, we're going to set up the necessary CSS or Sass file or the styling file and take care of all the styling necessities of the project, which is this guy right here. We're going to take care of only the styling part, not the links or the URLs or anything, right? So as we know, style.css is at the heart of every WordPress theme, and it takes care of all the theme styling. But in order for us to style the WordPress login page, this is not going to help. We have to establish a separate file, kind of like this right here, and set it up via a WordPress hook in the functions file, right? So here I created a Sass file because I use Sass for my styling. You can easily put just a CSS file and type in, CSS. That's not a problem. And I just want to show you a little bit about my styling. I mean, this stuff I put in exactly at the theme root. Here's the theme folder, theme root. Normally, I would organize it a little bit better, but in this case, it's not necessary. So what's going to happen is this Sass file, this one, I'm going to make changes, and with this command here, as you can see, I have Node Sass installed here, and with this command I give it a source file, which is this, and then a target file .css, which is this. Right now it is empty, but as soon as I make any sort of changes here, as you can see, this is the Sass file, make a little change. Now if I save it, and it compiles it. So now if you look at the CSS file, you'll see the styling taken care of. And this CSS file, we have to set up using a WordPress hook. Let's see how that's done. And by the way, in case you want to know about Node Sass, how to install it and run it on a Windows platform, I have a separate video. I'm going to make that link available for you. So don't worry about that. Now let's get started. Okay, so this is the project we're working on, and when I did a inspect on it right here, and I found that this is the class I'm going to be targeting, just to make sure that our CSS that we're about to set up is going to work. And take a look at here, the class login, body login, right? So this is the one I'm targeting, body.login. I'm going to go ahead and add a red dotted border just to make sure that once we come to this functions file and set up the necessary CSS file, which is this guy right here, our style should reflect on that page, right? So to do that, we have to add an action, and we have to use a hook here called login on queue scripts. And now we're going to write our function name that we are going to attach to this hook, and that is most login style. All right, so now let's write the function. Okay, so that's our function shell, and here let's on queue. This is another WordPress function that will help us load up the CSS file. Okay, so this is another WordPress function that will help us load up or on queue this CSS file that we need to customize the WordPress login screen. Now that we know where we are, let's get rid of this so we have a better view here, and let's save this. Now let's go back, and if we go ahead and refresh, there you go. We have our red dotted border. That means we have successfully connected our CSS file with the WordPress login page. Now let's go to work styling it and make it look like just like our target project. So before we get started, I should mention that WordPress.org actually has a very helpful page for us to customize anything on the login page. In fact, they actually made our job a lot easier by giving us a set of CSS classes available so that we can easily put our styling together. So let's copy this from here. Go back to our project, and let's remove this one and paste this to get started. There we go. Now we are ready to start styling our login page. Okay, so let's start by changing this background color. To do that, so let's take this first one and the background color, and let's just say white. Right, let's save that. Go to the project and refresh. All right, look at that. Now let's focus on this form border. Let's go here, border color, let's do red. Let's save it, go to the project and refresh. There you go. Now let's take this labels off, right? Maybe even this member me. Let's see. To do that, we have to go here and take the labels, and to take care of the remember me, let's see what this one has. Inspect it. We find there's an ID called remember me, so let's target that. All right, so we're going to target all the labels and the remember me, and we're gonna use display none to disappear them. So let's save, go to the project, refresh. Boom, there you go. They're all gone. Now let's take care of this input borders. To locate it, we have to come here and target this one, login form input. Let's go there and put a border color in there. Border color, red. Let's save that. Go back, refresh. Okay, so we're looking very close to our target here. Now looks like that we may have to get rid of this guy right here. Back to the website. Let's go back. Okay, so let's locate that, and that would be back to blog, right? that should be it. And keep in mind, you can always go to the project, and by using a right click and looking at here, you can find out the IDs or any classes you need so that you can find them here to match. All right, so here we're trying to remove it completely, so let's do a display none. All right, let's save that, go back. Let's keep an eye on this one, refresh, and that's gone. Okay, now let's focus on this area right here. Let's add a little bit of a background color. Okay, so let's focus in this one, this navigation, and we're gonna put in some styling here. Okay, let's save that. Basically, we just use some border color, background, add some padding and some border radius, right? So let's save that, go back and refresh. There you go. It's coming along just fine. Now let's style the text. Color red. Okay, so this should style this text a little bit, the coloring, the text, and the font size and font weight, etc. So let's save that, go back and refresh. Looking great. And last thing left, I think, is the login button. So let's see what we can do about that. Okay, so we have to add some styling here at the WP submit input, which is the button. All right, so we added the background color and some border color there. Let's save that, go back and refresh. There you go. We have a perfect little red button as the login button. So now if we compare the two, looks like we're almost there. What's left now is to replace this logo, add the link, change this text and their links, and also some changes needs to be done here when I click on lost password here. And this one, as you can see the difference, that's all coming up on the next video. If you like this video, please smash the like button and please don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching.